I really like the bluebirds on that. It makes me happy.
Thanks, me too.
They look like the little mountain bluebirds
Yeah.
that were in Sedona.
What was the name of that sweet little titmouse?
The juniper titmouse.
Juniper titmouse. I love that so much.
Which you claimed as your band name.
I did. It's my undercover name. Anytime I need a code name or a secret name or a...
Codename Juniper Titmouse?
Yeah, that's my name. If I need
like
like a
that for
fake
you.
name to check into a hotel or like to put a reservation under.
You're going to have your last name be Titmouse
Yes.
if you're flying under the radar?
Yes.
I fucking love that.
Juniper titmouse.
That's hilarious. They're going to absolutely think you're a prostitute, though.
That I don't care.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
I love that for me. That means people be leaving me the fuck alone. Probably. Hopefully.
Right.
I mean, or not. In which case, I'll have to set some boundaries real fast.
Yeah.
So.
Don't we all have to set boundaries in our lives?
Yeah, we do.
Boundaries.
Guess what I just realized?
What?
We get to put in our newest commercial into this episode.
Without an addendum? Yes. Yes, we do. Cheers to fucking
Cheers.
that. The Interplay portal is fucking live, you guys. You can go get it right this red hot second.
We'll probably put the commercial in right now.
Meow. Okay, radiant humans. If you're ready to cave dive into your own healing and expansion with your own self-curiosity as your guide, you're officially ready to step inside the Interplay portal. Your soul welcomes cozy online library of healing practices, techniques, rituals, and recordings that are designed to explicitly activate and support your own self-healing.
Pop on over to yoursoulwelcome.com to reserve your membership pass right away or read more about the Interplay portal.
Hooray! Before the intro?
Yes.
Bold.
Bold.
We're bold AF.
Yes.
Should we do the intro now, though, then?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, beautiful humans. I'm so excited to see you today. We're getting a whole fucking song.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm pleased as fuck. Because today we're talking about fairies.
Yay.
And I don't know dick about fairies. And if you don't know yet, my name is Kayla.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to Your Soul Welcome.
A podcast of healing out loud for humans spelunking through their deepest hearts.
Yeah. There.
Do, 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 do.
Do, do.
Do, 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 do.
Yay!
Hooray, hooray.
And while you might not know dick about fairies, I know.
A fuckload about fairies
Yes.
is what she knows.
I do. I really do.
You know a whole vulva load about fairies.
I do.
Look, we can't let the penis get all of the cool phrases.
No.
We gotta make our own vulva phrases.
Yes. Vulvas on vulvas on vulvas.
Vulvas on vulvas on vulvas sounds like a really fun party.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it?
I've never attended one of those parties. Oh my god. So I was telling a friend that I was like, well, if you ever want to get into the poly scene, I know people now. Because I have met amazing humans who are into the poly scene. And my friend was like, yeah, so I think I've been in the poly scene, but I think poly is just a fancy word for swingers nowadays. And I was like, there is more to it than that.
Yes.
But my friend was saying that they had only encountered, like, couples who wanted someone for like a night.
Oh.
Or like not someone that they wanted to form a relationship with. And that's very different.
That is very different.
Being poly.
Yes, it is very different.
Because polyamorous inherently contains the word amour, right? Love.
Yes.
To love multiple people.
Yes.
So to me that feels different.
It is, yeah. It is very different. And this could be a whole nother podcast episode, which I would love to have.
That sounds marvelous.
Because I feel like polyamorous could even, and can for a lot of people, mean so many different things. It doesn't have to mean even multiple romantic loves. It could mean just being open to deep, connecting love in many different forms. Like, I love you as my friend, like...
Oh, and that's
so deeply
polyamorous?
I mean, there are so many different ways to view it, but I feel like
I feel like we should have a whole ass panel on this, honestly.
Yes, I think that would be great. But I feel like I love you, like, as my best friend, as my business partner.
As I love you.
As someone in my life, just as much as I love a partner in my life. Like, you are a different kind of partner in my life, but you are, you know what I mean? We have
talked about that on the podcast before.
Yeah.
But I would love a whole ass panel on polyamory and the different interpretations of it and people's different experiences. And we can film it and put it on the Interplay portal.
Yes! That'd be fantastic.
That would be so fantastic.
Yeah.
We can also do a podcast episode on polyamory also.
Let's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But today we're talking about fairies.
We're so talking about fairies today, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Before we dive into fairies, can I tell a story to you and the people watching and listening? You have already heard most of the story.
Okay, great.
But I just want to preface this by saying I literally witnessed with my eyeballs last night that manifestation is no fucking joke. Like, it's real and it's specific.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that I've experienced manifestation in more like subtle ways sometimes, or like I think I fully believe with all my heart that we manifested Fred.
Yes.
Because of the way that he came into our lives.
I agree.
So the opposite of how I thought it might happen.
Mm-hmm.
So earlier this week I had put out into the universe, actually at the first Manifest Omaha networking event that we went to, I put this desire out into the world that I wanted a beautiful standing like TV mount that you can roll with a beautiful giant flat screen mounted on it so that we could show like videos and slides, and so that our like clients could have access to it for whatever they wanted to do.
Right.
Because shout out to Luli Creative House, they impressed the shit out of me with that setup that they were using for this networking event, because they had it and I saw it with my eyeballs and I was like, I want it. It was instant like desire to have it look that slick and sleek and like easy.
Right.
So I put out that I needed a TV, an HDMI cord, and a rolling stand.
Right.
So then Ashley and I were making the magic happen on Mondays. We have decided and are now committed to making time to sit in our cozy seating here at Your Soul Welcome with our Karma Coffee, and we connect on Mondays and we talk about like what our goals are for the week, and really we just make time to be present with each other instead of coming right in and like focusing in on a fucking computer screen without communicating words.
Yes.
To one of the people that means the most to us.
Yes. Very important.
So on Monday, I was like, we got to get this TV stand and TV hooked up. We've got an event on Saturday that I really wanted it to look like we know what the fuck we're doing here.
Right. We want to look profesh.
Yeah, I did want to look profesh. Because as much as I love me and am confident in what we've built here, I also know that like technology-wise, it's very frustrating very quickly for people if it's not slick and easy.
Yes.
So I put out into the universe what I needed. I texted my husband to see if we had an HDMI cable. Ashley ordered on Amazon a rolling TV stand, and I hopped on Facebook Marketplace to find a flat screen. Mm-hmm. And then we went over to my friend Tony's last night. Tony, who gave us these amazing chairs, so fucking shout out to him.
Tony, fantastic.
Last night as I was leaving, I'm like, thanks for always giving me your shit.
Yeah,
like, this is amazing,
real.
and thank you.
Yes.
So, come to find out, Tony is replacing his television, like getting rid of a flat screen. He's taking a rolling flat screen stand that's no longer in use because he was going to put that TV somewhere else. So he was going to get rid of that too. And he had this random HDMI cable that as I was in the other room, he was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing with this fucking cable. He was like, I don't need it anymore. And I was like, are you sure? Can I have it? Like,
we need one of those.
I just was in awe
Yes.
at how specifically all three of those things showed up into our lives without having to try.
Yes.
Like, you and I were putting forth energy and effort on Monday to make our dream happen, and the universe was just like, no. Like,
we got you.
Learn to chill out. You are supported.
Yeah. And Amazon was supposed to deliver the stand like by 8 a.m. the next morning. Like, it was supposed to happen overnight. Mm-hmm. And then it was like, no, sorry, delayed. It's going to be actually delayed until Saturday. So if you want to cancel this, you can. And so Kayla texted me and she was like, hey, do you still have time to cancel that order? Because Tony has this TV stand. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes, actually, I can cancel. Like, weird.
I so thought that you wouldn't be able to.
Right.
And I was like, oh, she's going to be so frustrated that I made her order it when we didn't need it.
Yeah.
But, like, no.
Amazon was like, no, it was
perfect.
Yeah.
We had already picked up the flat screen off of Facebook Marketplace, so we don't have Tony's flat screen. But, like, technically we could have.
Yeah.
We could have been so covered.
Yeah.
So, fucking cheers to the universe having our back.
Yes.
And I wanted to tell this story to you guys so that you know that the universe also has your back. Like, the more you work on having the confidence to state out loud exactly what the fuck you want and why you want it, and you are in alignment with what the universe desires you to live your life for, it gets to happen so slick and so easy. Like manifesting the space that we're in now, right? Like having coffee with Kate that day and everything went so fucking quickly.
Boom, boom, boom.
Like, it still feels boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
This is our 3rd month in business. What the fuck? We're already, like, making our rent payments.
Yeah.
Huh. I was so worried, but we're already doing it.
We're doing it, Big Bird.
And I'm so excited. And this, I have declared to the universe, is our month of profit. So not just paying our bills, and also profit.
Yes.
So cheers to calling that in.
Cheers.
Because profit means vacations.
Mm-hmm.
Like.
Which we're already going on this weekend, by the way.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
With like.
With
in future,
family.
hopefully, actual hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love camping. That's a whole separate thing. But like. We were able to go on this vacation to Arizona because we were staying with my husband's family. Right. So, like, it's a whole different vacation budget when you are paying for your accommodations also.
Yeah.
So, I am very much looking forward to having money that I'm not just pouring back into a business.
Right.
I can, like, go on a fucking vacation and stay in a hotel. I'm very excited for that.
What?
Perhaps
for real.
By an ocean or to Europe. I'll call in Europe. I'm so excited. Well, and you said that to see another solar eclipse, we have to leave the country anyway after this one on the 8th. So get your passport.
Yeah, for real, I need to do that. Cheers.
Legitimately. And for the children.
Yeah. For real.
Fuck yeah.
I'm so excited.
Okay, so anyway, that was a story about how the universe has your back. let's dive in to fucking fairies.
Yes.
Fairies.
That was cute.
Fairies, 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 fairies. I don't know why there's a whole song in my body about fairies, but there is.
Why wouldn't there be?
Honestly, that's a good point. I bet you guys, if you relax yourselves enough, you also have a song about fairies in your body.
Yeah.
Because I was doing some relaxation in the bathroom while I was peeing. I really multitask while I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was doing some relaxation exercises, so I'm very relaxed for this chat about fairies.
I'm excited about it.
Which is probably why the extra songs are coming through. I was just thinking to myself, because I've been getting lots of advice from mostly my horoscopes, mostly the Channy app.
Yes, I fucking love Channy.
About reevaluating my habits.
Yes.
And figuring out what's working and that I want to continue doing, and what are some new things I can be adding in. And I think that little ritual that I just did in the bathroom of relaxing my chest muscles and relaxing my upper back muscles, just remembering the sensation of how it feels when I have microdose Delta 9.
Oh, yeah.
I just took a moment to remember that feeling of what it feels like when those places relax.
Yeah.
And like, I retched like 9 times in the bathroom because I was releasing stored energy.
Yeah.
And I'm so much more relaxed now.
Yeah.
Hence the fairy songs. You're welcome, you guys.
Yay! Yeah. I love that.
So, what the fuck's up with fairies?
So many things. I love that. I think there are, first of all, a lot of misconceptions about fairies that we hear. One being that fairies are always these tiny winged creatures that are mischievous and hidden and, we think of Tinkerbell. And things like that. But fairies really encompass a really wide variety of, like, little spirits and little beings.
So now we're crossing from fairies into the fae.
Yes.
F-A-E, fae.
Fae, the fae.
Before you fully launch into all of the beautiful versions of the fae or types of the fae, I'm not sure what language to use there.
Okay.
Can we talk about why we should give a fuck about fairies first? Like, if anyone's sitting here listening, like, I don't know about this topic, but I tuned in because I love you guys.
Yes.
Like, why the fuck should we give a fuck about fairies?
Well, because fairies are very closely associated with our natural world, first of all. And they are believed to have, like, a very close connection with nature and the elements, and they're very protective of just nature in general, and they help to keep things kind of going the way that they should be going out there in nature.
So they're like spiritual versions of the Lorax.
Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. Okay. They may not speak for the trees, but they're out there trying to protect them. You know, like Fern Gully?
Or is like a dryad type of the fae?
Yes.
Okay, so like literally a tree person,
a
right?
tree person, yes. Yeah. So it's all like it's a spirit of, it's like an ethereal spirit.
Like, would Grandmother Willow from Pocahontas be
a spirit, like of the fae? Yeah. A spirit of the fae, yeah.
I mean, I know that movie is vastly problematic in many ways, and Grandmother Willow had some hot wisdom.
Yes, absolutely.
At least my inner child thinks so. I have not watched that movie as an adult because of its problematic parts.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, so they can physically range from being, like, the tiny winged creatures, right, to big, powerful, otherworldly beings, or even like taking on human-like forms like tree people or things like that. but they can also, like, it's said that they can inhabit our world or a world that is very closely parallel to our world.
Oh.
And that is kind of how they can, like, dip in and out of our...
And they can, like, cross the veil however whenever they want.
Yes, because they are at a... Like, they are just...
They're vibrating on a whole ass different level.
On a whole ass different frequency, yes.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
So how can... Circling back to, like, why we should give a fuck.
Yes.
How can fairies help us?
Fairies can help us by helping us to also connect with nature. Mm-hmm. They have such beautiful, playful, loving spirits.
Oh, so they can help us with our whimsy?
They really can, absolutely.
Hell yeah.
And they are very, like, I mean, even in our culture and in our world, they are thought of as very, like, youthful, or we talk about, like, fairy tales, or we think about them in context of, like, children's books or children's movies or things like that. So they can really help you to connect with your inner child.
Yes.
And that is always so beautiful.
It's true. My inner child fucking loves it.
Yes.
When I shower her with attention and love and intention.
Yes.
And okay, so fairies can help me do that.
Absolutely.
Because that's a way in which I would love to see myself grow, is in that, like, playful, childlike manner. Getting that wonder back.
Yes.
Getting that, just that joyful excitement.
Exactly.
Like how your sweet Max says, this is the best day. Almost every fucking day.
And he means it so earnestly.
Yes.
Every day.
Like, I want that, whatever that joy is, whatever light switch that is in my body, I want to turn that the fuck on.
Yes, absolutely.
And fairies can help support that.
Yes, they can.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, marvelous.
They have really great, like, healing energy, too, that you can call in, and it can help physically, I mean, you know, the whole body, mind, spirit. It can help in any way, like, as long as you're calling it in and being really intentional with it. It's just really, it can be really powerful. I mean, fairies are just...
The tits.
They are the tits. I bet if you listen cozily enough, you can hear the delectable sound of milk steaming in the background, while an open-hearted barista makes you the most exquisite cup of coffee this side of the Milky Way.
Karma Coffee is queen at inducing the most delectable vibes of coziness, warmth, and open-hearted joy. Frolic on over to Karma Coffee and get you an amazing Garden Goddess spicy chai off their secret menu. They'll know that I told you because I order it all the time.
Or order one of their one-of-a-kind waffle flights of their heavenly waffles.
They also have an amazing croissant breakfast, Sammy, that I wasn't planning on adding to this ad, but it's so good that I couldn't leave it out, but now we're out of time. So go get some amazing Karma Coffee. Love you. Bye!
For real. They can help you with your creativity also, which is another reason I think that I've always been drawn to the fae and fairies as an artist and somebody who is very creative myself. I really like to connect with the fae, especially if I'm feeling any kind of block or, like, lull in creativity, going out and connecting with nature or connecting with fae really can help me to spark that creativity and reignite my imagination when it feels like it's dragging.
Love that. Because I've also been receiving information for myself of, I think it kind of dovetails with what I said earlier, of allowing new things to come into my mind and into my life and into my habits and routines. Was I talking about that right before we started the podcast or on the podcast? Sorry, you guys. I don't remember. Anyway, but like for example, my horoscope for today was on the Channy app. Not an ad, I just am shouting it out. Soulmates abound. Don't be surprised if you get heart eyes for your barista today.
Ooh.
Dreaminess is unfurling in the ether, making everyday chit-chat take on a sweet romantic glow. If you find yourself getting lost reminiscing with your neighbor or your delivery person, enjoy it. Musing with others unleashes thrilling inspirations right now. Just remember to stay partially rooted in reality. You can uncover spiritual gold in everyone around you if you look for it. And like my mind interpreted that as just stay open. Don't predetermine or prejudge situations or things or conversations.
Yes.
Like leave yourself open to enjoying.
Yeah.
And that I feel like really speaks of how you can use the fae from what I just heard you say.
Yeah.
Right? Getting into the mindset of imagination and creativity, because when you are looking for things with your mind, when you set that intention, your reticular activating system, a system of the mind, gets activated, and it will help you like look at those things and call upon those things. And it works similarly to like, let's say for example, I wanted to buy a new car today. Right? Like I would go out, buy the new car, and then all of a sudden I start noticing that same car everywhere.
Yes.
And so that's your brain's reticular activating system at work. So when you know the systems of the mind and you can pair it with the beautiful like ritual of getting down with the fae,
Yes.
like then you can really maximize your fucking magic in your life. So, okay. So by getting down with the fae,
Yes,
and activating those connections to nature and creativity, and what the fuck was the other one you said? Imagination. So that can help you work together with your brain to like bring more fucking magic into your life.
Yes. I do want to mention one thing, and this is not a critical thing, but it's something to be aware of. When you're phrasing.
Yes.
You did at one point say, when you are using the fae.
Oh, did I say that?
You did at one
point. Oh, well, that
point.
sounds real shitty when you pointed out. Sorry.
No.
I'm sorry,
but
fairies.
all of the rest of the time you were talking about getting down with the fae and working with the fae and things like that. And that's great. That's great. But the fae are very fickle.
Yeah, they wouldn't put up with that kind of shit.
No.
From me. So that's why I apologized right away.
I just...
Thank you.
Yep. But
because if I said that about a person, like, oh, so when you're using Ashley, like, it just sounds real fucky.
Yes.
Thanks. I am always looking for different ways to branch out the words that I'm using so that I am saying what I mean.
You are so great.
Say what you mean to say.
Yes.
Do not dishonor the fae.
Oh, I love that. That was so great. That was so great. Because when we were talking a little bit earlier, like there are some like misconceptions about the fae.
Oh, yes,
but one of the things that is very true about the fae is that they are very fickle creatures. Like they are very... I wouldn't necessarily say proud, but they are very... I'm not really sure what the word is. They will not...
I think they have the firmest boundaries.
Yes, they definitely do.
Very skilled at boundaries.
They really are. You need to show them that you respect them and that you have desire to work with them before, like, they're not going to approach you for fun. Like, they're not going to just come to you and decide to work with you. Yay!
Okay, we fixed it, you guys. I'm really fucking sorry. I had massive quantities of videos hidden in a secret folder on my phone. Or on my computer. It's not a secret folder. It's the camera roll, and I forgot it existed.
I forgot that it existed.
Anyway, where were we? You said you remembered?
Yes.
Thanks for remembering.
The Fae are fickle creatures, and they like to be treated with respect, right? So,
well, as we all do.
yes. They're not going to come to you to work with you. You're going to need to probably seek them out.
That makes sense. Well, and you have sought out Iris, right? Is she of the Fae?
She's a goddess.
Oh, she's a goddess. So sorry, Iris.
No.
So, Iris is one of Ashley's spirit guides that she works with.
She's my matron goddess that I
Your
studied.
matron goddess?
Yes, that I studied under for my
Okay.
high priestess training, yes.
Marvelous. Okay, so Iris, goddess, not Fae.
Yes.
Go on.
And there are things that you can do to, like, call in the Fae, like rituals you can do, things you can put out.
Like, what's a ritual that the people watching and listening could do to call the Fae into their lives?
You can put out, like, different offerings. Like, say you have a favorite tree or something in nature or something like that. You could put out offerings for the Fae near said tree or said sacred space that you enjoy. Offerings like milk and honey. The Fae like very sweet things.
Do you get bonus points if you read poetry by Rupi Kaur? Is that how you pronounce their last name?
I'm not sure.
They have a book called Milk and Honey.
Yes, I do. I have that book. I think I have that book.
Kaur. I'm not sure how you say it.
I think it might be Kerr.
Kerr. Great.
I'm not exactly
Please
sure.
Please comment below if you know.
I have 2 of their poetry books. Mm-hmm. And I think I have that one. It might be in my bag in the other room right now, actually. Nice. You can offerings of flowers, planting flowers with the intention to draw the Fae.
And this is releasing in the spring, so that is spot on.
Mm-hmm. Different flowers and herbs. Crystals, I have some here that, I mean, there are so many crystals that work to draw the Fae, and it's a lot about your intention behind what you are putting out and what you are seeking.
Yes.
When you're calling in the Fae or what you're calling in.
I just am imagining me grabbing, like, my crystals, going to my local garden center and being like, hey, fairies, we're gonna pick out some flowers for you today.
So when we are in your backyard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it was when Ivan was in town and Alexis was over with all of her sweet kids. Mm-hmm. And we started looking for 4-leaf clovers. And I found like 4 or 5 that day. Mm-hmm. And
I look in my yard and I don't find them very frequently.
But I was like just crawling around and being like, but I was like singing a little song and being like, hey, fairy friends, help me find some clovers. Like I was singing out, but I was like, and I found like a ton of them.
Well, and even just in the act of allowing yourself to make up a song, which is something that I wouldn't let myself do unless I was making it up for my dogs for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
like, even just that helps your inner child. Just that act.
Yeah.
Whether you witness the fairies responding to you with your eyeballs by finding 4-leaf clovers, or whether you just witness the fae at work in your life in how you allow yourself to feel because you're engaging in that activity.
Yes. Yeah.
Either way, you win.
Right. Absolutely.
I fucking love that.
Yes. I have I don't know if you can see it from where you sweet folks are, but this, let me try to do the influencer thing. Can you see it? Probably not. It's a sweet little amethyst. Here, I'll grab this one. This one you can see. Thanks, Carrie.
Yes. These were, I think, my Christmas gift.
Amethyst.
Little amethyst.
Okay. Amethyst is a great one. It's very calming. So it can help you become more aware when there are fairies present. It just helps you to kind of like
settle in.
Yeah.
So the amethyst is what you want to grab on your way to the garden center to write a song to the fairies while you pick out flowers that you're going to plant for them.
Yes. We have a clear quartz just because it amplifies energy and intentions. Mm-hmm. So it's just great. It's going to enhance your connection with ethereal beings and spirits, and it's just a great energy conduit. Like, it's just, I'm just a huge fan of clear quartz, right? Rose quartz, while it's not directly tied to fairies, it just promotes like universal love.
Hell yeah.
And gentleness, and so it's very soothing, and that is just it's like attractive to gentle spirits, and it can help to create a very harmonious environment, which, you know, little sweet fairies love to have. And then I also, which is not on many of the lists, but I find it helpful, is a green aventurine.
And what does green aventurine bring?
Green aventurine opens your heart space, for one, which I feel like allows you to kind of tap into that inner child space, that more playful space. Mm-hmm. And green aventurine also kind of encourages you to be a little bit more outgoing. It encourages you to be more adventurous, and connecting with nature. So,
I mean, it looks like moss made into a rock.
Yeah,
right?
It's
like
beautiful.
It's giving mossy knoll.
Yes.
Like next to a lake in an enchanted forest.
Yes, absolutely.
I still want that one day. A fucking hill of moss I can lay down on.
Yes.
With like pine trees. Maybe not pine trees because then needles. So with other trees that won't hurt me when I lay down on my moss hill.
Yeah.
I want that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. I need to say that in a tone of desire and not a tone of wistfulness.
Yes.
I desire a moss hill next to like a pond or a river. Mm-hmm. That I can go to all the time and is preferably on my property. I can feel it in my body that I don't think that I can get to have that. I'm working on it. I'll work on it.
Yeah.
Because I hope for a lot of things, and that hope leads me to cool fucking places.
Yeah.
Where I can manifest things at the drop of a hat or in the matter of a few days.
Yeah.
So I will work on inviting that in.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is interesting. That is a good observation. A couple other ones. There's actually a stone called fairy stone, and it's just a gray stone. And I have a couple of these, and I love them so much. They're just gray stones, and they're kind of smooth. What I love about them is, like, when you pick them up, they feel almost like they are covered in, like, a soft velvet like a really, really fine little fuzz.
I love that. Like chert almost, but gray.
Yes. And they're so lovely. They kind of represent like the door to the fairy realm. Like they just help you to connect.
I love that.
And then of course, hagstones, right?
I knew that was going to be it. I was like, that's different from a hagstone.
It
what
is.
You just described is different.
It is different than a hagstone. And
I had to tell myself that in my own head.
Yes. And I appreciate that. And I just wanted to make sure that we also tell all of our lovely listeners and viewers.
Absolutely.
And a hagstone is a stone that has eroded holes. Now, here's the thing about me that you may not know, lovely humans who view and or listen to our wonderful podcast. I do not love holes, okay?
No, she fucking hates a
I
hole.
fucking hate holes. I really do.
Well, what's the thing that you have? What's it called?
Tryptanophobia.
Yeah.
It makes my skin crawl. I just really don't like it. So I'm very picky about the hagstones that I allow myself to like own. Like I have a few that have like one singular like decent sized hole. But the point of a hagstone is that there are naturally eroded holes in the stone that you can like look through. And it's kind of like, almost like looking through a little portal to help you find where the fairies are. Like it's like looking through a portal, looking through that.
Through the veil?
Through the veil, right? When I had talked earlier about there being like, their fairies being on a parallel universe or like a parallel dimension. Like being able to like just peek. It's like a little peeky, hidey hole that you get to like peek through.
I love that. Sorry, my brain went down a weird rabbit hole.
No, that's okay.
My husband and I have been talking lately about how it's not your first thought that makes you who you are. It is the thoughts that you choose to act upon.
Yes.
And I had a thought that I don't think the fairies would enjoy, but it made me laugh.
Oh. Are you going to share it or no?
Well, are the fairies going to get mad at me? I don't mean it, fairies. I just giggled in my head, but I don't actually think it.
Just go ahead.
It's a human joke. Well, it's probably not even that funny now that I've built it up. But in my head, you were talking about the layers of the world, like the different worlds and like the veil. And so you did like this gesture, like the hands on hand layering gesture. And then I thought about how like the veil was really just a condom on our world. And so I just was a condom veil.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I have for you.
Yep.
And so then it just made me laugh because I was like, the fairies would maybe not approve of calling the veil a condom.
Oh, I don't think the fairies would really care about that.
They don't. No. They wouldn't give a fuck. Okay.
No. Like I said, the fairies
I already
are also
accidentally
mischievous.
Insulted them once this day, so
but you apologized. It's okay.
They're forgiving.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Well, because my experience of the Fae is from, like, fiction books, right?
Yes.
Wherein they'll, like, I don't know, fucking pour your glass of water on your head if you are mean to them or whatever. Like, they'll play tricks.
They're tricksters, yes. Yeah.
But they will forgive me if I'm genuinely sorry.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks. Fairies.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Great.
Back to hagstones real quick. I have a cute story.
Yep, sorry.
No, that's okay. I have a cute story.
We're a podcast of side stories here. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Back to hagstones.
For my birthday, Lily wrote me a cute little note. And she gave me a hagstone that she had. And she said, every morning, I want you to look through the hole in this hagstone at the mirror. And because you're so beautiful and you're so special and you're so full of magic. And it was the sweetest little thing.
That's the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life!
I know, isn't it?
Ah!
So sometimes I'll look at through the mirror and I'll be like, oh, there's a fairy. And then I'll walk into a room and I'll look through it and I'll be like, oh, there's another one.
That is so cute.
Yeah, we're pretty cute.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys are adorable.
It's so cute.
I love it, love it, love it.
Yep. It's pretty Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Yeah, I don't know. Other things that you can offer, just like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Small tokens, such as gifts. Perform rituals during times of transitions. You can do things like that, like equinoxes, solstices.
You can like light a candle for the Fae.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Fae, when you call them in and they choose to help you,
Yes.
are they helping you like amplify the intention behind why you called them in? Or like, I guess what I'm asking is, how clear do your intentions have to be?
I think it really depends on what you are going in with. If you are going in for clarity,
Mm-hmm.
they can help to guide you to
what you might want to intend going
Yes.
forward. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. I think if you go in with a manifestation,
Mm-hmm.
they can help to support you
Oh, beautiful.
in said manifestation. If you are going in looking for support in healing something, then they can support you in that. I think that the Fae they are really a powerful, supportive energy that you can call in if you choose to respect and like commit to honoring their way of being.
That's beautiful. So then why, like for what reason do they want to help us? Are they similar in like good nature to spirit guides, where like they are here to help us, or are they fully living their own existence, and if they feel like it, they're like, yeah, sure, we'll help these other people?
No, they are here to help. Like they know that as like guardians of the as guardians of nature,
Of the galaxy.
Yes, the galaxy, guardians of the galaxy, as guardians of nature and of the earth. I think that they are very aware that as humans we have a tremendous amount of influence on nature and the earth, and so they want to help us. And they also
want to help us not fuck it up.
Yeah, and they also see the potential that we have that we are not using. And so they are...
Let's help these sweet baby moon pies, like, work it, make it go.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I'll be their sweet baby moon pie.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That actually felt really relaxing when I said that.
Yeah.
Like another layer of the universe has your back,
Yeah.
right? Like,
yes.
You are abundantly supported.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there's so much energy.
Endless, infinite, boundless.
To support you. You
Hell
just
yeah.
have to accept it.
Yeah. Ask. Accept. Believe.
Mm-hmm.
Revel.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My voice talking about revelry reminded me that I'm going to be doing energy alignment hypnosis session soon.
Yes.
Because I love when I get to use that tone of voice.
Mm-hmm.
Just the soft gentleness of it. And I love that this conversation about the Fae led me to that voice.
Yes.
Because it is so deeply satisfying.
Yes.
And if the Fae could help support me in that, I would accept.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first. Fairies and humans listening right now.
Yes. Absolutely.
Ask, believe, accept, revel.
Mm-hmm.
So in our last 6-ish minutes, we're kind of bumping up against our next meeting for you guys.
Yes.
So we'll keep things to right around an hour. What else do the folks listening and watching, and also me, need to know about fairies?
I mean, when you seek the guidance and protection of the Fae, you can like, there's no right or wrong way to go about it. Just go in with an open heart and an open mind, and just be respectful. You can create your own kind of rituals. You can create your own kind of...
Hell yeah. Be a maverick.
Yeah.
DIY that shit.
Create your own kind of protective talisman or charm or something kind of imbued with fairy energy to kind of keep on you, to kind of ward off negative influences, negative energy, and to like attract positive things and positive energy. And
yeah, the attraction would be what I'm into, because
Yeah.
my spirit guides have told me many times that I am safe and protected. So
Yes.
I feel like I got that base covered.
Great.
With the angels and spirit guides, but like the calling in and the attracting,
Yes.
I am less experienced with the, like, if the process is ask, believe, accept, revel.
Mm-hmm.
I am new to that. I actually think it's like hope, ask, believe,
Mm-hmm.
accept, revel.
Yes.
That hope component is real important. I am looking for more experience with the accepting and the revelry.
Yes.
Like, that feels like what I would desire to call in.
Yes.
And so I love that working with the Fae gets to be individualized.
Yes.
Now, what I did want to ask, because this question popped into my head as you were speaking.
Yeah.
Are there particular types of the Fae that you should call upon for different intentions? Like, or just put your intention out to the collective of the Fae, and whoever wants to support you will?
I mean, there are many different kinds of Fae.
I ask because, like, for example, Archangel Michael is often called upon for protection.
Right.
So I didn't know if there were, like, specific entities to help guide your intentions, or...
There are a lot, like, a lot of that is also very, a lot of that varies from culture to culture and person to person, depending on
And that's so
belief
fair.
systems.
Because I've certainly asked Michael, who is on my spirit team, for things that are not protection.
Yes. I do know
He's been a real one.
Yes. I do
Shout
know
out.
that when during my high priestess journey, when we would do some astral traveling,
Oh.
we had the opportunity to go to a Fae realm and meet, like, individual fairies, and
We're
was...
gonna have to have a whole ass conversation about astral travel.
I would love that, because where we would go there and we would be in the Fae realm, and we would wait for a fairy spirit to approach us.
Oh.
And then we would get to know that fairy spirit. And maybe that fairy spirit would give us a name, and maybe they wouldn't. But we could ask them questions, and we could connect with them. And that was really beautiful.
So you can both connect with the collective and through meditation or whatever process that we're going to fucking talk about on a future episode. Talk to individual fairies. Okay, that sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's great. And more what you were talking about with the hope, ask. How did you say it?
Hope, ask, believe, accept, revel.
Yes, part of reveling, I think, is cultivating a lot of gratitude and reverence for the fairies and for the natural world. And I think expressing appreciation for the presence and for the gifts and for their spirits, I think, is just really important too. Whether it's like a beautiful sunset or a super sweet breeze when you really need it, a moment of unexpected magic, things like that. I know often we thank the universe, but sometimes when it is natural, very nature-based kind of things, like there are sometimes when I feel very much that it is
Thank the Fae.
Definitely a Fae thing. Like there was one time last summer, I remember coming to you so excited because I was like, I was really struggling I don't know if I was struggling so much as I was just like, I need the signiest sign.
Yes.
Of all signs. Right? Because I wanted the clearest picture. I don't think I was struggling so much as I just wanted the clearest sign that like I was on the right path, or I was...
You were like, you had one foot in believing and one foot in hoping?
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And the next day, like I was growing strawberries in two different two different big
I'm so
planters.
Glad you're telling this story.
Yes, I was growing strawberries in two different planters. And they were right next to each other. Like the leaves of the plants were like overlapping in some spots where the planters were like brushed up against each other. And on one planter, I don't know if you know how strawberry leaves look, but they're like...
Slightly scalloped?
Yeah, they're slightly scalloped. And on each individual scallop, on just one plant, of every single leaf, tiny leaf, big leaf, every single leaf had a single drop of like dew.
And she showed me pictures, you guys, and it was fucking cool.
Because it was just one plant, not the other plant. Even where they were overlapping leaves, it was just the one plant and not the other plant leaves.
And I've seen dew and rain on plants before, and it was patterned. It looked like fucking fractals.
Yes.
It was one of the coolest things I've witnessed with my eyeballs.
Yes. It was like somebody took a little like dropper and just dropped tiny droplets of water on every little scallop edge of every single leaf, big and super tiny, on just the one plant.
Which is so fucking wild. Because here's the thing. I feel like ghost stories are really...
I have goosebumps.
You should, because
every time I talk about it, I do.
And I feel like ghost stories have become mainstream on encounters. There are even whole ass hotels dedicated to experiencing the presence of ghosts.
Yes.
Let's make experiencing fairies mainstream.
Yes.
Right? Let's invite that in. Let's have a whole ass fairy hotel.
Yes.
I don't have the energy for that, just so that we're very clear.
I want to go there.
Someone build that where you can go and like a fucking retreat center that is focused on helping you to invite and invoke the magic of the Fae into your life. Because let's make the Fae mainstream.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Because like what? I think it's like 57% was the last stat I saw. Over half of the population believes in ghosts. Like, let's get that for the fairies.
Yes.
Let's get that for the spirit guides.
Yes.
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 I think that was an American statistic, just so that we're clear. Not worldwide. I think it was on Facebook. I go Google a reputable source, please. Now that I've thrown out hard facts. Whenever I throw out a statistic, my English teacher, my retired English teacher brain is like, cite your sources. You just threw out a hard fact.
Is that what you sounded like when you were an English teacher?
Fuck no, it's not.
Because that would have been really fun.
No.
You would have been my favorite teacher.
I mean, so just imagine the voice I'm speaking with now.
Yeah.
But like 9 times more uptight.
Oh, I don't think I would have liked that too much. Just kidding. I mean, I love you.
I was really trying. I was
know.
much less uptight in my last 2 years.
Yeah. Me too.
One of my cooperating teachers was like, maybe relax. I think her almost exact phrase was like, relax and get to know the kids or something like that. Like, relax and let the kids get to know you. And my student teacher training was like, no, you must remain professional.
Yes.
You must remain profesh.
Oh, man. Your cooperating teacher must have been old.
No, she was young.
Oh!
No, she was young.
Oh.
She was maybe a decade older than me, not by a lot. Anyway, I was gonna tell everyone about the compliment that we received this week, or late last week, just after we had posted the podcast.
Yeah.
Someone said we were meeting with someone at Your Soul Welcome. And do you know what she said? That sweet fucking soul that we met with? So this is just like the opposite of corporate America. And I was like, that's the biggest compliment you could have ever fucking given me about my business. Like, still welcoming, warm, and like professional in that we get to make magic happen here.
Yeah.
We get to make cool shit.
Yeah, we're helping people make their dreams come true.
And we're doing it in a way that is, and I quote, like the exact opposite of corporate America. And I'm so fucking here for it.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
High fucking five.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I love it when you do that.
Look, I just get excited, okay? My inner bruh comes out.
I love it so much.
Okay, you guys. So that's that on fairies for today.
Yes.
If you want to see a fairies part 2, let us know.
Yeah.
Because I'm certain I didn't drain your brain tank on all the info you know about the fae. So I like these episodes. I just get to interview you and you tell me cool shit.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Sounds great. We can do more.
We
can do more fairies. We can do witchcraft. We can do...
That's what happens when your bestie and podcast partner becomes a certified ordained high priestess. Hell yeah. What were some of the topics you said? Sorry, I was trying to phrase a sentence in my head.
I said fairies. I said witchcraft.
Tell me all the witchy things next time.
I will. Well, it's... I can't put all the witchy things into 1 hour.
That's a good point. There are whole ass podcasts dedicated to that.
Yeah. The class I'm starting is going to be many weeks long.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So Ash is starting a class called You Are Magic, Empowered and Supported Witchcraft 101.
Yeah.
The classes, you guys, are going to be hybrid, so you can attend live online. And if you're a member of the Inner Play portal or you join the Coven, you get all of the recordings so that you can watch it at any time.
Yes. So if you miss the live or whatever, you can catch them anytime.
Mm-hmm. And the Inner Play portal, you guys, is only $22 a month.
Yeah.
And you get so much cool, witchy, spiritual, fucking amazing content. Like we have a yoga instructor starting. So she's doing release and embrace yoga, which I don't know about you, but I got a lot of shit to release. And I got a lot of desires and dreams to embrace.
Yes.
So let's go.
And that's going to be a new class every week.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least one new class every week. It will likely be more if you look at our schedule. That kind of scares me sometimes because it looks like a lot of work, but then while I'm doing it, I actually feel quite fine.
Yeah.
Well, that's mostly because my husband's sleeping in another room right now. We did it for sleep because I needed high quality sleep if I'm outputting all of this
switching
energy.
sides yet? Have you tried that?
No.
Okay.
Because I'm really enjoying having the bed to myself
that's
still
also
right now.
so valid. That's also so valid.
Do I want my husband back in my bed? You fucking bet. Because I love him.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Look, our relationship is not suffering is what I'm trying to say without discussing topics that my husband would prefer that I not. So.
Yep.
Anyway. The point of this is that the Interplay portal is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
It's the tits. It's available to you, and you get so much cool content from both Ashley and I and other amazing people that we're bringing together. Yeah. And if you're listening to this and you're like, I'm an amazing person, I kind of want my stuff in the Interplay portal for people to enjoy, message us.
Yes.
Shoot us an email. Kayla@yoursoulwelcome.com or Ashley@yoursoulwelcome.com.
Yay.
Or if you're original, one of the OGs, you also know that we just have yoursoulwelcome@gmail.com.
Yeah.
You could email any of those places.
Yeah.
And we would love to chat with you because curating high quality magic for the amazing patrons, and we got to come up with a good name for what our people are in the Interplay portal.
Magic.
Spelunkers. If they're spelunking through their deepest hearts.
I just don't like spelunkers. It sounds funky.
Do you guys want to be spelunkers, or do you want to be whatever comes out of Ashley's face? What were you going to suggest? Didn't you just have it?
I was going to say magical
beings?
Beings. Yeah.
Okay, well, I also like that. We do also use the word honeybees in our copy quite a lot. So, little honeybees of the Interplay portal.
Yeah.
Little soft, loving moth friends.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you have an idea, please comment below. I'm off the rails.
I mean, we could also just say souls.
Sweet souls.
Welcome. Yeah.
Love that.
Sweet
Love
souls.
that. Sweet souls.
Yeah.
Sweet souls in the soul suite.
Yeah.
That's the room that we're in right now. We called it the soul suite. I just am off the rails. I gotta pee.
I have to
I'm
pee.
hyped up on caffeine.
Yep.
And I had so much fun learning today that my brain is just like, all the things.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go urinate. Oh, it's 1 hour and 11 minutes. So cute. Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Oh my gosh. I have to pee so
Me
bad.
too. Me too. Me too. Me
And now the whole internet knows it.